Most dangerous places in Russia. Russia is a wonderful choice as a tourist destination. It's a country with a lot of nature's wonders that will leave a tourist in awe. But there are places which you must avoid at all costs to avoid putting yourself in danger. Please subscribe to our videos to get amazing content, or this scorpion will crawl under your bed tonight. Today we'll be talking about places that you must avoid as a tourist in Russia, as they may put your life in danger. Okay, let's dive in. 1. Karabakh. Karabakh is located in Chelyabinsk Oblast, 2,200 kilometers from Moscow. This place is dubbed the black dot of the planet. If you go to the cross of repentance over Karabakh, what humans can do to nature becomes clear. Bald black mountains, orange water, land cracked like that on Mars. The city is called an apocalypse of living nature. Since the 1974 copper smelting, which has destroyed all life within a radius of tens of miles, has attempted to be shut down several times. This was successful only in 1989. Since then, poisoned mountains has continued to erode, as erosion was not successfully stopped after feeble attempts at remediation. From the top of the mountain with a cross, which is known as bald Lasaya, it becomes clear that the language of the dead, toxic sludge more closely resembles the beautiful lakes of Chelyabinsk. On the other side of the mountains, black ranges of slag dumps are visible, the foot of which shelters the huts of locals. Those who have visited the black spot tell of witnessing a surreal experience from the copper valleys, and compare Karabakh with the boundary between two worlds, the living and dead. 2. Norilsk, the city which was killed. In this city that has never been blessed with beauty or unusual ancient architecture, and is situated in the north of the Krasnoyarsk territory, 2,800 kilometers from Moscow, lies black snow and the air tastes of sulfur. This territory was used for the production of heavy metals, copper, nickel, lead, selenium and zinc. The city and its residents became contaminated by the waste of their production. It is an environmental hazard to the population of the city and the surrounding areas due to the fact that Norilsk is a derivative of one of the world's largest mining and simultaneously metal-producing plants. The factories of Norilsk smelt ore on the permafrost, producing more than 40% of the world's palladium, nearly 1/5 of Russian nickel and 2/3 of copper. Counterparts of the industrial region Norilsk, the primary city, are not found anywhere in the world. For many years, Norilsk has retained its status as the dirtiest city in Russia. Although the city has no official status as a closed territory, since 2001 the entry of foreigners into the city has been prohibited and is possible only with special permission from authorities. If I were you, I wouldn't want to go there. 3. Acidic Lake. On the impressive Kamchatka Peninsula, famous for its ridges of volcanoes and clean untouched nature, is a surreally beautiful but deadly lake of a bright turquoise color, situated in the crater of the volcano Malye Semyatchik, 6,700 kilometers from Moscow. The diameter of the lake is about 500 meters and its depth is roughly 140 meters. Despite the fact that the lake even has its own beach, swimming in it is not worth it even for the most fearless extremists. The chance of exiting the lake unharmed is zero. It is an acidic lake, which was formed by a powerful underground explosion about 400 years ago. The composition of the water includes an abundance of sulfur, fluoride, chloride and sulfate acids. It is because of this explosive mixture that the water of the lake in the crater of Malye Semyatchik has such a fairy tale-like turquoise color. The acidic lake in the crater does not freeze in the winter, even when all the slopes of mountains in Kamchatka are covered with snow. Malye Semyatchik and its acidic lake are not always quiet. The volcano is active, but its last known eruption occurred in 1952. Wow, now that's scary. 4. Kolka Glacier. The name of the Kolka Glacier in Karmadan Canyon in northern Ossetia, 1,800 kilometers south of Moscow, has gained notoriety across Russia since the terrible tragedy of September 20, 2002. On this day, the glacier, moving at a speed greater than 100 km per hour, completely wiped out the village of Upper Karmadan. More than 100 people perished. The alleged remains of the people, despite an intensive search, were found only a few years later. But the glacier had a notorious reputation long before the tragedy. It is known that a large group of people and animals perished as a result of movement of the glacier rock in 1902. The insidiousness of Kolka is that the activation of the glacier's movement starts so slowly, almost imperceptibly, as if on the prowl, that you may be very surprised.
That's a sad one.
So there you have it. Russia is a beautiful country with wonderful citizens, but there are some places where humans are not meant to go.